All right, my friends, today is the big day for the STI build. She's hitting the dyno. We got two things to get sorted before we head out, and I have about an hour of time. First thing we need to do is get the new fuel pump in. Second thing, get it on the lift, change the oil, cut the filter, make sure everything's good. We got a couple 100 miles on it now, so we are good for the dyno. So the fuel pump hanger on an older STI 02807 is right up here. Fuel pump hanger is out of the car. This is the pump itself right here. We're gonna be swapping that OEM pump out with an AEM 340. Not the biggest pump in the world, but for what we're trying to do with this car, we don't need a massive pump. Should be a plug and play. Alrighty, fuel pump is in. You can see the AEM right there. Let's get her back in the car. Let's see if it runs, and if so, let's get her on the lift and get this oil changed. Last oil change for the break-in. One at 50 miles, one at 300, and then I go to 3K from there. Oil looks nice and clean. Nothing funny coming out of it yet, which is good. Fresh gallon of 2050 VR1. All right, guys, oil change is done. Everything is good to go, and we are headed out to Josh's to slap this old girl on the dyno. Man, oh man, am I excited. What a hectic week it's been. We started building this thing about almost exactly a week ago. Full motor build, turbo kit, fuel system, intercooler kit, of course. Obviously the motor build taking the longest. Quick refuel. We've already gone through one whole tank of gas in this car, stacking this freaking miles on. This is the first car in a very long time that we're only doing pump gas stuff on. Usually other cars are just straight ethanol or flex fuel. I definitely need to work on that exhaust a little bit more. I love it. I love everything about it, but it needs to go up about maybe 2.5 inches. It needs to be quite a bit higher up for it to look proper on this car.
Let me get straighter.
It'll clear. It's not that low.
I feel like I'm just gonna rip your whole bumper off. How about that?
You're good.
All right, send it in.
Oh, you're not good.
You said we were good.
All right, you're good. You're not good. You're not good. We're gonna have to pull the bumper. It's only 2 clips.
You damn pot boy. Way to go, pal.
All right,
I thought you said we were good.
We were good.
That's the last time I trust you.
Come to Vanderbilt where all your cars
I'm just gonna salvage your bumper.
There you go, Joshua.
Perfect. Are you sure we're gonna clear?
You're a professional at loading this thing.
Somewhat. We gotta change the wheelbase here.
Oh, really?
A little bit shorter on GDs versus a BA or a GR. So I'm gonna strap it here and then we'll shrink the dyno and make that fit better.
I like that, the mic on the hat, Josh.
I got it from someone I might know. I'm not sure. We're both bald, so we have to have hats.
True. It works out perfect. All right, so we're gonna strap this old girl down and start making some adjustments and make some sauce. Joshua.
Hello.
What's the plan today? Make some jam?
Plan of attack to start out today. We're just going to verify it. One, we have boost control, verify our fuel map. Once we figure that out, then we can start to add boost in. Generally speaking, with these, usually 18 to 21 pounds where we're going to land on pump gas. We have 92 octane here. We're not blessed enough to have 93. So with 92, it's better than 91, but I'd like to see 350 to 400 be the number, probably around 330 torque.
Solid.
What I would see today. If I can push it harder, I will. Remy's car with the same turbo on a stock motor, really tight ring gap, tight built motor, obviously tight motor from the factory. It made 370, and that was at the limited octane. So should be able to do that today. You got a front mount. You have great parts on it. That BCP X500R, good unit there. So definitely, I wish you had a little bit of E85 in there.
Oof, we might have to later.
I think this will be a really solid setup for someone to enjoy and reliable at that point. So that's what we'll start with today. Just figure out some of the drivability stuff on it, which it already drives pretty good. Looks like at quick glance we're pulling about 10% out on the base map, so we'll clean that up, get that as close to zero as we can, do our first pull, and then from there we'll start adding in some good old boost.
Easy enough.
Easy enough. So hopefully a couple pulls and we'll be done.
Drivability first.
Drivability first. Now that we have a working coolant temp, that helped a bit.
Does help a bit.
Just gonna cruise through here just like we are on the road. You know, normal speeds if you're around us would be 35, 45, and then 60 miles an hour. Just to make sure everything's within about that 5% region. Some will do 10%. I try to shoot and aim for as close as I can to zero, obviously. But looks like we're pretty spot on, just getting going here. So
we're looking at that guy?
Yeah, over here. You'll see as I move my foot, it'll react, but we're 3% adding right there. Something to take note about that is it will change per load, because obviously we have lots of different cells here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this data logging, and since everything looks good, let's do our first little tip in here. Just watching air fuel. Looks fit. A little bit lean up top. It was 12.0, so we're going to add some fuel.
Gate sounds good.
Gate sounds good and it's working, so that's a plus. Always nice when we have boost control. So I'm just gonna pull this up in our logger and look over.
Look at the tuner in action.
Yeah, let's find which Devon tune.
That's a lot of Devon tunes. That's
You're
all
on the Devon test map.
That's all Devon tunes?
No.
Jeez.
So we're gonna clean up this. Looks like we're 10 pounds on gate. So hopefully we got enough boost. We'll see how it reacts when we put some duty on it. But that's why we're a little bit lean in the fuel map, because obviously this map wasn't being ran at 10 pounds. These cars obviously run on more than that. So not bad. 12.0 at 10 pounds isn't bad at all.
Nice.
We can definitely up the boost here and clean this up a little bit and we'll be good.
Party time.
Party time. Come on. 212.
212 on 10 pounds?
231 torque.
Hey, that's not bad for 10
Not
pounds.
bad. Not bad at all.
I'm the tuner now.
Look at that graph, baby.
That is a small little baby graph. We gotta up it.
Oh, you hold on. Give me that. We'll go 90% on the gate.
$313?
Not
Already?
bad. It was just running away on fuel out the back.
Sure.
So just need to add some more fuel up top. It was running away. It was like 1220 up top.
That was 16 pounds?
That was 16 on the
Nice.
dot there. But it came in at 10.3, so a little bit rich. And then as we went through the pole, it started to lean out as we were going through.
Yeah.
So
It sounded quite healthy.
it sounded good.
Listen to this freaking external gate rip. That gate sounds good. That's a quality sounding wastegate. 340, son.
Looking good. That was same wastegate duty. I just moved the target up, so it's 17.4 pounds. So
Nice.
just clean up the fuel map. 11.0 pretty much through most of that pole. Up around the top where we didn't get, it got up to 12.0. So I'm just going to sprinkle some fuel there and add some boost, and looks like a very nice graph.
That's a perfect graph right there.
So
Sounds healthy. Jared behind the scenes. If you raise them eyebrows, Jared, even higher, you'll get a better shot.
I don't know why I do that.
how much?
390. Dang, son.
Pretty much right where I thought it would land. That's 21 pounds, and it pulled a degree up top.
Perfect.
So I'll pull the degree out, and I mean, we're good to go.
You don't want to hit that 4?
Bet. We'll hit 4.
I like it. Just made 390.1 or 0.6 horsepower. There's the last pull, 390.6 and 367 foot-pounds. It's the orange graph, the orange line on the graph. Very beautiful numbers. Should be one more pull. He's gonna clean up the fueling just a tiny bit, and we'll see what she does there. It's gonna stay right around that 390 wheel on pump gas. If testing this on ethanol, it'd be in the 5s for sure. But we don't have a flexible kit on it, and I would rather just have it be on pump gas instead of ethanol full time.
Sprinkle there.
Final numbers, 400.96 horsepower and 386 foot-pounds of torque. Very, very beautiful graph. Should be a ripper. I am so excited to go drive this thing. Good to go?
Good to go. Everything looks good. I might go up to just freeway speed real quick.
Got
just to verify everything looks good, but I've been cleaning that up as we're going through the poles, just light load, and everything looks good.
She shot quite the flames out of the gate.
Yeah. I heard that one.
Yeah.
A little spicy on that one. That was 23 pounds.
That was 23?
So.
All right. She got pipes on her? How was that stock? That's wild. All it's missing is a little bit of a turbo sound. Josh, we should be taking this thing out, but you just had to break it, huh?
Well, when you eat the shit out of your driver's side axle.
Yeah.
She ain't too impressed right now about moving.
Let's try.
It's a lot of clankety clink noises.
Did it just snap the shaft or what?
Oh yeah, it grenaded it. You wanna give her a wiggle for me before you clean your hand?
I'll wiggle.
You can see how good it is. It's on this side. Here, give her a good little jiggle. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's quite nice.
I would say that shit's done.
That's a nice angle of view too.
It is. You see all my nose hairs? It's more hair than I got on my head. My dongle.
Nice dongle. Ugh. How do you use these fancy door? There we go.
Come on, they're not that hard, Willis.
That's pretty hard, Willis.
For lunch, real quick. After I get back from this drive with Devin. Yep.
Yeah. That's a ripper.
It rips up top.
It does. It's weird seeing it rev to 9. I'm like, you sure you should be going that high?
I think that you shifted pretty much at the perfect spot.
This thing, yeah, it's fun.
Definitely
Dude.
shifts really smooth.
Yeah.
Not bad for stock power though.
Yeah, that's good. That's solid.
I think it's certified ripper.
Well guys, we're going on our first drive. Very, very curious to see how this thing's gonna feel at 400 wheel. Well, I kind of know what 400 wheel feels like, but it made pretty much like almost 400 foot-pounds of torque, 400 wheel horsepower, and of course, as soon as that external gate opens up, man, this thing sounds good. I owe a massive, massive thank you to Josh for getting this thing tuned quickly, efficiently, and making more power than I wanted out of it. So big shout out to Bader, the ultimate Subaru tuner. Becoming the ultimate tuner on every platform. This thing is an absolute freaking animal of a car. 400 wheel. It's not the fastest thing in the world. Of course, I have other cars that are making like double, even more than double. But 400 wheel is such a fun number on the street. It was a blast driving home. Now, we do have a handful of mods left to do on this car, which of course I don't have time to do all of them tonight. But what I do have time for is this guy right here. That car is in desperate need of a new radio, and I'm a really big fan of the iDoing head units. I put them in a ton of different cars, and the STI is getting one as well. I think I probably installed like, I would say at minimum 10 of these units, and it's super nice because it's completely built in to the faceplate or the trim, and it truly is just a plug and play guy. Look at that. Factory color and everything. Should be plug and play, like I said. This harness right here should plug right into the back of the head unit right here. You shouldn't need any of these guys for what we're doing. And these three will plug into the factory radio wiring harness. All right, let's go ahead and get this swapped out. So, these trim pieces come off. Should pop out just like so. And now our dials, the climate control, we're gonna pull these off of this bezel and put them on the new one. One thing I really like about the Limited, I know it's not a super cool thing, but the red hazard switch, I always thought that was pretty neat. Let's hope they did not cut the factory harness. I know some people do that when they don't buy the adapter harness, and it makes it a nightmare. Good. They did not. Holy crap. The previous owner had a ton of aftermarket wiring in here for like a sound system, and it's just all cut up and junky. So we can be removing all that. Make sure you pull your clips off the old bezel. Put them on the new one. Alright, climate control. Bolts right on. Looks factory. Got everything plugged in. Let's get old girl in the car and make sure it works. Sheesh. Look at that. So clean. So the Apple CarPlay on iDoing should be CarLink. Let me get my phone connected and see if this thing works. Yep. Works as it should. Very nice. I love these units so freaking much. As you can see, it's got built-in maps. Well, it's CarPlay. You all know how CarPlay works. If you want one of these, I'll link it down below. They make it for more than just STIs. I have one in the Evo. I think I have one in the M3. I have one in Gary. I have them in so many cars. This is always the best part. If you're curious about the color, it ain't perfect. It's very, 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 very close. Like if you're just sitting right here cruising around, would you ever notice that it's not 110%? I don't think you would. Well guys, I'm gonna end out this very glorious tune day, dyno day, with a good old cruise to the gym. Today could not have gone any freaking better, man. This car performed flawlessly on the dyno. We had one small issue with the coolant temp sensor. Got that sorted out. It was weird because it was reading on the dash, but in the ECU it wasn't. It was just a small wiring issue. broken ground wire, if I'm being exact. But yeah, got that sorted out. That was the only issue we had on the dyno. And as soon as that was dialed in, a couple pulls later, Josh got this thing sitting exactly where it needs to sit. I'm glad we were able to stack enough miles on it yesterday to where we felt comfortable pushing it to that 400 wheel mark. I am very curious what this car would have made on ethanol. I would assume it would be in the mid fives. Anywhere from like 530 to 560 is probably what it would have made on ethanol. But 400 wheel, man, 400 wheel on pump gas in this little car is quite a ripper. And it sounds so good with the external gate. Oh, kind of caught air a little bit there. Yep, she's a ripper. Absolute freaking ripper. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little giveaway series that I did. Never done one of these before. And yeah, we'll be picking the winner. The legal team has to do the whole list of all the entries, and then they send me the list. I am going to go live on Instagram to pick the what they want me to say, potential winner. And the reason I say potential is I just have to send them all the winners' information, make sure they're of age and everything. Of course, if it's like a 7-year-old kid that entered, you have to be 18 years of age to win the car. So potential winner will be picked this upcoming weekend, I'm sure, is when it should be. I'll let you guys know the exact date and time, but we'll be going live on Instagram for that. And yeah, I'm excited, man. This car came out really, really nice, and whoever wins it, I'm sure they're going to be absolutely stoked on it. Unless they pick the cash instead, you know. There was the cash out option as well of 10 grand. And if someone wants the money instead of the car, that's completely fine. I'll end tonight with one more slight pull for the boys.